Hello everyone, today I want to show you how you can install Black Desert Online on Linux installations. I am on Fedora, but it should work in every Linux distribution. The first thing you want to do is click Add Game on a program called Lutris. Then we go search Lutris and Black Desert. We wait a little bit for it to find it, and we will find many games. We're gonna go with Black Desert Online 2024. Standalone, install it. We will not be creating anything, and I will also change the path because I don't want it to be installed there. Okay. Once you give it the place you want to install it in, you click continue. It will ask for the download source. We will let it download it, and we'll click install and let it install the game for us. It will create a wine prefix on its own. We will leave it do it. We will let it run everything, and it will give us the installer. Yes, I will use English. Just click next. I accept. Just click next. Don't touch anything. Next. Do not create a desktop shortcut. Next. Install. Just let it run. It will install itself. Do not launch Black Desert. Finish. Installation completed. Now we will not launch this. Now you can play from Lutris. It will open up the launcher, update everything. But one issue I noticed with the Lutris version is that the camera doesn't work properly, and it may not be good for you to use it. It's barely usable. So what we will do instead is go to Steam. Now you want to go to Games, add a non-Steam game to my library, and we're gonna look for Black Desert. Now we're probably gonna want to browse, find the installation folder, and then you want to find the exe. There it is, Black Desert Launcher. It's in the Drive C, Perl Abyss, Black Desert directories, wherever you saved your game. Let's click it open, add selected program. Now we want to go to properties. We want to give it a better name. First of all, you can give it a little. Okay, I did not find it, so I know there is an option, and perhaps I will find it another time, but I cannot find it there. Now, force the use of a specific Steam compatibility tool and leave it to Proton Experimental. Controller, you don't want to touch this. This is it. You click the X, and you open up the Steam and you click play. It will download the right toolings. Meanwhile, we can also close this. We don't need Lutris anymore. And we just wait for it to download the Proton Experimental patch for Black Desert. Now, why are we doing this again? Simply put, The Lutris installation doesn't work properly with the camera. Running it through Steam is more playable. Things like the Black Desert Dice game or a few interfaces may not look correctly. You may not be able to see what you're doing. You have to click the buttons by memory if you remember them. Unfortunately, that's still an issue, but at least it's playable. If you really need to use those interfaces, you can play via Lutris, do what you need to do on those interfaces, and then switch back to Steam. You may also, especially after Lutris updates, you may also check out directly the Lutris version. I personally don't, because I know it doesn't work for me with the Wine G8.26 version. Maybe the newer versions will be a little better for you. Now we will wait for it to load. There you go, you can see it's running the launcher. We will switch it to this desktop environment. I'm on KDE, by the way. Do note, if you're on GNOME, there is an issue with the hide in tray feature for Black Desert Online. I don't remember the exact name of the feature, but on KDE it works fine. When you disconnect and you just minimize the tray instead of fully disconnecting, it works fine. If you do it on the GNOME though, you will have issues because GNOME doesn't by default use a tray. You will have to configure it. Now, I haven't seen this thing here, but we will just let it run for a little bit. It may have cause issues at first. Just try turning it off and on again, as always. I'm gonna do just that. I'm just gonna click play again. Just wait for it to load up. It will ask for your login information and start downloading everything. You just let it download, and when you're done, you should be able to play. Okay, so as you can see, you can indeed run the game on Linux. I want to give a quick note before saying anything else. If you're using SE Linux or SE Linux, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, you may face some issues. You can dismiss the reports you will get if you have SE Linux troubleshooter. You can dismiss them and it should work. I tried following what SE Linux told me to do and it blocked the game, so I had to basically reset a lot of things. I had to disable SE Linux for Black Desert Online. I will look more into why that is and eventually hopefully post a video on it, on the issue, because I don't know exactly what causes it. It's an issue with SE Linux. Not every distribution has it. Fedora does, but I remember, for example, NixOS doesn't, and it runs flawlessly in NixOS. Anyways, so as you can see, you can play, you can access your guild, but you cannot see the saying of the day. You can see the guild members, the guild missions, everything else you can see, just not the message of the day. Which in my case actually helps because I don't want to leak the Discord information. You can see the residence tab, you can see every single tab in here. The tabs you can see are the Black Desert Spirit Adventure. You will see this gray thing. You can click on things, and as you can hear, it will work. You can click on things if you remember where they are. You just can't see what you're doing. You can click for new dices, you can click here to launch the dice. It works. You can see the reward and the mail interfaces. You can also see the daily special ones, the login rewards. This one, it works fine. The only other thing that I found that doesn't really work is the this one, the Adventurer's Board. Now, these work on the Lutris version last time I checked. They don't work in this version. PA needs to fix this. if they want to. I don't think they want to support Linux, but everything else works fine. The chats work fine, everything else works fine. The skill tab works fine, the quest tab works fine, the central market works fine. Let's find the central market manager. There it is.
Dosela,
You can
the
see it works
marketplace director.
fine. You can do everything you need to do on it with it. The storage works fine, everything works fine. You can easily play this game. Unless you... The only things that don't work is the Black Spirit Adventure, the Dark Rifts work, everything else and the Adventurer's Board. So if you need that, that's gonna be an issue for you. Mainly the Adventurer's Board, the dice game, it's... By any means it's important, but it's not the end of the world in my opinion. Everything else works perfectly fine. The message of the day of the guild doesn't work, which is another thing that may be annoying, but the game itself, it works. Every skill works fine. You don't have to worry about anything not working. So if you are a video game gamer and video is the only game preventing you from going to Linux, now you know you can actually play this game on Linux. Also, I want to show that the map also works fine. If I didn't mention any interface, it's likely that it works fine. If you're a Linux gamer and you thought video didn't run because in the past it used to not be able to run on Linux, now it does, you can play it. I don't think PA is too hostile towards it anymore, and maybe hopefully one day we will see a better and maybe official support for Linux, but for now this is it.